Hi, welcome to another episode of Will Sensei Eat It. As always, we have...
Sandy.
And today's special guest is... Introduce yourself.
Alexa.
Speak up a little.
Alexa. Alright. She's one of my students too. And as always, we're filming in beautiful Five Dragons Karate Dojo in Haverhill, Massachusetts. And as always, I'm Sensei Mark T. Hicks. Today we're sponsored as always by Hawaiian Mana Farm Coffee. Say aloha to the best coffee grown in the 50th state. And also mixed movie reviews on Spotify. This is hosted by my niece and nephews in Columbus, Ohio. The latest was the movie Poltergeist. We're here.
That was a good movie.
You know, get rid of. And of course, the classic line, "This house is cleansed." Which was it? Poltergeist. It was a really good movie. 80s. Tree tried to eat a little kid that... Actually, I found out a lot of people are afraid of clowns because of the clown that tried to take out the kid. Wow. Harley! The kid tried to take him out. There was a clown in the bedroom. And, oh, I forgot. Your mother's afraid of clowns.
I kind of am too.
Why are you afraid of clowns? Seriously, why are people afraid of clowns?
I don't like them.
Why? What's the matter with a clown? They're supposed to make you laugh, you know.
Well, you can't see their real expressions.
Are you
Because they have like the lipstick like beat down by.
Are you afraid of mimes?
My bad.
Okay, people are afraid of clowns, but not afraid of mimes, which are the creepiest because at least clowns do make noise. Mimes don't do anything, and they're always trapped inside that box or walking against the wind.
That makes them less scary because they're trapped inside a box.
Just imagine how angry they'll be when they get out the box. See there? Okay, anyway.
Anyhow.
So, as always, celebrity shout out to the great Bill Duke, because we're going to have some fun tonight. And tonight's other celebrity shout out is Christopher Murney, Eddie Arcadian from Last Dragon. This is what, the third week I've done a Last Dragon reference?
I don't know.
Probably.
Last Dragon was... It's hard, it's crazy to say, but it's an old movie. You weren't even thunk of. Yeah. I was in high school when Last Dragon came out. But the evil Eddie Arcadian who wanted to rule the video game and music video industry, one of the greatest villains, second only to Clarence Boddicker, RoboCop. We'll talk about him another time. All right, so today we are going to start out, and one of my students brought this in. Clam chowder, if you're from the regular part of the country. But if you're from New England, you call it clam chowder. It's chowder. Spelled C-H-O-W-D-A, chowder.
Chowder.
All right, so, do you like chowder?
I never tried it.
How'd you ever...
Oh my gosh.
Wow, geez.
I have.
Yeah. Have you ever had chowder?
Yeah.
Okay, I was about to say, you're from New England, you're from Massachusetts, and you've never had chowder.
So good.
That's like saying, like, where I'm from, saying you never had rib tips or like a Chicago dog, but that's okay. All right, well, it's experience. So, do you know what clam chowder is made from?
No, Sensei.
It's kind of in the name, clam. Chowder is just a soup. It's more like
Cream.
a thick, creamy soup. You can get seafood chowder, which is little bits of seafood. Clam chowder, which most people know. All right.
It smells really good.
Why do you smell everything before you eat it?
That's a good question.
Yeah, okay. All right. Go ahead. I just watch it make me hot.
It depends on what.
What do you think? Not bad.
It's really good.
Should we get the hot sauce?
Oh my god, that would be even better.
Ew.
Now, actually, I do something that is like taboo. I put salt and pepper in it. You're not supposed to.
Why?
I don't know. Everybody told me you're not supposed to put salt and pepper in your clam chowder.
Oh, I don't.
Yay!
You want to try the hot sauces?
Thank you.
Okay.
They're
I
the
love
old
hot
ones.
Hot
So
sauce.
we have
Hot sauce
Spicier
is
is better
better.
most of the time.
Is better.
Most of the
Jalapeno and green chili. Actually, these weren't really that hot.
They weren't.
But, you want to try some hot sauce?
They're not hot.
Okay. All right, which one you want to try first? The jalapeno
You choose.
or green chili? All right. Actually, this is the first because I've never had hot sauce with chowder. I don't know if anybody has. You have? Oh, okay. Well, so much for that. Okay.
Oh, come on! It wasn't even spicy.
Hot sauce makes it all better.
We'll try. Yeah. You want to stir it up? There you go.
Oh, Lexi.
Better
Lexi, you're in for it.
Great.
Oh, that one was good.
Which one's that one?
That's a sweet tiger. But I don't know if you should mix them.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh.
Because that's a sweet chili sauce.
Yeah, that's a sweet,
Yeah.
spicy chili.
Yeah.
I wouldn't mix it.
Kind of ruins the flavor because it's sweet. Do you want to try El Tigre?
Well, no, because you just.
Yeah. We really should have mixed them. Kind of takes away from the flavor.
I'm good.
That's my Hercule Poirot. Do you know who Hercule Poirot is? Oh, he's cool. David Suchet plays the best. Hercule Poirot. And every time he eats, he takes a... He's so cool. He was a Belgian detective.
Okay.
How'd you like it? Yeah, you like it?
Yeah.
Go ahead, finish up. Yeah.
She likes spicy stuff.
Hey, oh, this is pretty good.
Yeah?
Thank you, whoever brought it. Okay. Very good, very good.
Okay,
Alright,
before we finish
ready?
up, we can finish up later.
Aaron Baldwin, by the way.
All right,
I am very excited.
which I am very scared.
You don't know what this is, correct? You don't know what
I
this
have
is.
not seen it.
Alright, so this is something that is harder to find on the East Coast. It's more popular in like California and stuff like that on the West Coast. So this is one of my favorite things. It's a type of seafood. So I don't know exactly what they do it, but it's really good. So we found a website that is mainly Asian based, and we managed to find instant jellyfish. So this comes with the seasoning, and it's really good, and it's delicious. And you will love this.
Instant jellyfish. It sounds like something from SpongeBob. All right, so
Alright, so I don't know. Anyway, so we made this earlier in the week. There was more, except I pulled some out earlier, so I could
what
eat it.
is it?
The jellyfish.
Jellyfish!
So this is an unopened package, and then this is when it's made. Want some?
No.
Want some?
So this is the jellyfish. Oh God! Okay, so so basically this is powdered jellyfish, and what do you add
No,
to?
so it's no. So
Is it dried?
It was dried in the
It was
Yeah,
dried.
Well, how do you reconstitute it?
No, it comes
directions?
already
Oh, it
in
comes
water.
already.
And then you rinse it and you put the sauce in it.
That.
And it's that.
Yeah,
Okay, so
it's great.
It's jellyfish.
All those photos.
oops!
That's okay, we have another packet.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
And this is the packet.
Yeah.
And there's a little picture of a jellyfish on the back.
Yum.
Alright, so this is instant jellyfish. That just doesn't sound right.
This is great.
Okay, now, question. Is this more like, is this basically across the Asian culture, or is it like primarily Chinese, Japanese, or just anybody? Like, where does it originate from?
It's usually from Asia, like
Oh, like
Chinese,
just-
Japanese.
Okay, so it's just a broad.
My husband used to say he didn't like it, but then one time we were at a sushi place and he thought it was a vegetable, and then he was like, "I love this stuff," and I was like, "It's jellyfish." And he goes, "No,
You know,
it's a
jellyfish
vegetable."
sting you and they're
No, but
dangerous.
this is like the top.
Yeah, it's the ball.
So only the tentacles sting, except the top of the jellyfish. I don't know what that's called, but that doesn't sting. So that's what people call it.
Okay.
The
Well,
head.
all right, you know what?
Try it.
Try it.
There you go. Ladies first. No.
Come on.
Do you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Sensei's going first.
Ooh.
That's
Now, jeez, it doesn't. Should we use spoons instead? How come it? You don't know. How do you normally eat it?
I usually
With
use
chopsticks.
Okay. All right. Now, question. You know what? Hold on a second. Because I'm worried it's going to drip into my chowder. Okay. So, do you just eat it as?
Yeah.
Is,
Yeah,
right,
it's
it's
cold.
not like you.
It's like an appetizer.
It's like an appetizer.
Cold jellyfish.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is. Oh God!
It's good. Alexa.
Okay. Okay.
So would you like? You just eat it as is. You don't
You
put like
just
on crackers
eat
or
it.
nothing.
Like that. You just
You
eat
got
it.
braces. How do you do that?
magic.
Come on,
Come on,
Sensei.
you can do it.
I think I can do it. I gotta prepare myself. I'm scared. Okay.
God, just shove it in.
Be brave.
Look it.
Did you just drop it in your napkin? Are you serious?
Yes, we did.
So it takes the flavoring of the marinade.
Sauce.
Just put it.
Scared.
It's okay.
Honestly,
That's no flavor.
it's not that bad.
It's not.
Oh, this is gonna be so funny.
All right. I'm going to admit. Oh, I'm all set.
You all good?
So what kind of sauce did you use with it?
Oh,
It
whatever
comes
came.
with it. So usually
You
it's
don't know much about what you're bringing.
Well, my mom brought this.
She only taste tests it.
she tastes
It's
different.
good.
But it's a soy sauce marinade.
It's a soy
but
sauce marinade.
usually it's like a pickle marinade.
No. Maybe that's why, because I'm really not into pickled stuff. So it actually almost tastes like other fish or something. Like, excuse me.
Bless you.
Thank you.
Too.
They said.
It's not. It's almost a mix of crunchy and chewy.
Yeah. It's a texture that
Yeah,
Taiwan, it's very popular in Taiwan. It's called QQ. And
Okay.
it means like chewy, crunchy, like it has almost like an al dente type texture.
But no, I think that's
Crunchy.
honestly.
No, like
I
al
think
dente-ish.
because it has a little bit of crunch and it's not chewy. Because at first, you think jellyfish, you're thinking it's going to be chewy. But the crunchy, whatever's giving it that crunch, actually makes it better. I mean, I wouldn't go out. I'm all set. I wouldn't go out of my way for it, but I'm not gonna lie. It's not as bad as I thought it would be.
It was
And
hard
maybe it is
to
the
get
sauce.
for you.
It's hard to. Why is it so hard to get? They don't have that out this way.
They actually will they harvest it in the States, but then they ship it to Asia. Yeah. So a lot of jellyfish is harvested in the United States and then they ship it over.
Really?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you be able to get?
I
It's
guess
almost like why
'cause
wouldn't you be able to get
Americans
jellyfish
don't
in
cook it.
Japan? And it's like
They can. It's
But-
just I guess it's
Different.
cheaper here. I don't know, but a lot of it is harvested in the States and then they process it in Asia because they're more used to cooking with it. So
yeah, it's different. What'd you think of it?
It was not good.
How you doing?
No. Actually, like I said, wasn't that bad. All right, so leave it. And I still have a little bit of the
Chowder.
what was it? The habanero we picked for the chowder.
Jalapeno.
Yeah, it still has a little bit in it, which ruins the taste of chowder. I wouldn't put hot sauce in chowder. Is like I said, chowder is more seafood. It's supposed to be creamy. It's got potatoes in it. So yeah, don't put hot sauce in chowder. We just did that just to be silly.
I put hot sauce in chowder.
You do? Oh yeah, that's right. You did say regular. Well, you're a weird kid. You like hot sauce and everything.
Hot sauce is great.
So what'd you think of the chowder?
It's good.
Okay.
Well,
And then we had, now is it like a particular name for the dish other than instant jellyfish? Which is
It's
a,
usually
I mean,
without the instant part.
it's what?
It's usually with
Usually without the instant part.
So just jellyfish.
Pretty much.
jellyfish.
There you go.
Whatever. Now, is this a particular brand or just instant?
So we got
Whatever
this on a
that says.
website called Say We. Say We?
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
say
like WEEE.
Yeah,
We. If you didn't hear, the name of the website was it Say We?
Say We.
And it's spelled WEEE. Wee. I wouldn't trust a website. Yeah, I don't know these people, but I'd be a little leery. It's like, wee. That's like if you were looking for karate lessons, the dojo's name is Wee. No. All right. So we had instant jellyfish. Sensei did eat it. Thank you.
Can I be honest real quick? I don't get how you ate that, but you didn't eat the baby octopus.
Because it's a baby octopus.
It's not even
Jellyfish
baby
sting you, they're
octopus,
dangerous.
It's a
It's
different type of octopus.
You know what? Honestly,
It's a certain type
No.
of octopus. It's not actually a baby
I think for me, it's the visual. Because when you brought in the octopus, it still had the tip, it's the suckers on everything, and that just
She didn't bring
Rose
that
wine.
in, that was Alexander.
yeah, Alexander. That's right. I don't know. Is it
I mean,
the
Alexander
jellyfish?
said
Now
it
look,
was a head.
if it was a whole jellyfish, like a man of war and everything, and I probably wouldn't touch it. But
So it's a visual.
yeah.
Fine.
All right. Well,
Yeah,
why is it so cold? Did you have this in the fridge?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're supposed to refrigerate it.
Yeah, it's
it
best
has to
kept
be
cold.
refrigerated.
All right. Well, here we go. Baby jellyfish. Instant jellyfish. Not horrible. Alexa's not a fan of it, but Alexa doesn't like anything.
Not true.
All right, what's your favorite food?
I don't know.
Come on.
What's your least favorite food? Instant jellyfish.
That.
All right. So, you like steamers?
Steamer?
Kid, are you sure you're from New England?
She likes lobster. but
I like
not
lobster.
steamed.
That's really good.
You know, lobster is actually like bottom feeder food.
Ew. Oh,
It's good.
Did you know?
just ruined the kids'
Well-
good food.
Well, did you know that actually lobster was fed to slaves?
Yeah, it used to be considered.
Yeah, it was
like
considered
the cheapest food.
cheapest food.
And,
They fed it to
and
slaves.
fish.
Flavor too. Oh man.
Yeah.
Basically as well.
So if ever I have a time machine, I'm gonna dress up like a slave, go back and just get like lobsters. I won't like, help humanity. I'll just get like lobsters and come back and probably sell them. But yeah, that's true.
Really, lobster? You wouldn't go to like the gold rush. You find the gold first.
Exactly.
Then you could come back and buy lobster, dude.
Yeah, but see now you got but if I go back during the gold rush, now I got to pan the gold and everything. That's a lot of hard work. It's not easy getting gold, unless I pull a time cop where I go back in time and I rob people with the gold. Oh, that'd be cool. I could go back in like the 1800s with an AK and M16, some Claymore mines and grenades. I could
Young minds. Young minds.
young mine. Most of the people out there don't even know what I'm talking about. Have you ever seen Time Cop? Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No, Sensei.
It was actually a comic book first too. people were going back in time, and they figured we can make money by stealing stuff. So if I go back during the gold rush and pull out, you know, like a 9mm, I'm like, serve yourself, fool! I could go back in time in like a 67 Impala, dressed like the Bloods or the Crips, not promoting gang violence or anything like that. Go back, I'd mess people up. I believe, what's up, cowboy? Serve yourself! 187, fool! This from a man who's holding a stormtrooper goblet.
He's gonna die.
Actually, I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it. You know what else I could do? I could go back. I could probably save Abraham Lincoln. Or Bruce Lee. Master Lee, don't take those pills. Go see a doctor. I could go back in time, go to 20th Century Fox with a script that I created it. Star Wars?
Oh, my face hurts.
Think about it.
Your face hurts.
So basically we realized, don't give Sensei Mark the technology to travel back in time, because... oh, you know what I do?
Oh no.
Oh no, do we want to know?
I go back in time and destroy every copy of Caillou before it was released. Parents would sing my praises.
Oh man,
Oh, my face hurts.
I mean, that one I agree with, so.
my face hurts.
Okay. Alexa, what would you do if you could go back in time?
That's a hard question. I don't know.
Okay. What would you do if you could go back in time?
Destroy the time machine so you wouldn't be able to do that stuff.
Oh, but wait, here's the
I
dilemma.
like that one.
If you go back in time with the time machine to stop me from getting a time machine, then you wouldn't have the time machine to go back in time to stop me from getting the time machine. So then you could never stop me from going through time.
Wow, he's just lost
And?
me.
So then you couldn't do it.
He just made a loophole.
So no matter, you just created a time paradox. So
No,
if you
that's
just,
assuming
No, no, no.
you got
No,
the time
that's
machine
assuming.
first. But if
Exactly.
she got it first.
but
then the
okay, but if she
loophole
got
doesn't
it first, then I never went back in time to begin with, so that's all moot
No,
again.
but it would be to prevent you from doing it.
But you can't prevent me from doing something because you have the time machine. You took the time machine from me, present, so I never went back in time. So therefore, time machine would have been irrelevant to begin with, because you wouldn't have the idea to stop me from going back in time, because I hadn't gone back in time.
But I already know what you're going to do.
But how
That
would
you
you?
were going to do because you just said so.
But how would you
2
know?
minutes ago.
I feel
Because you
like
just
this
told
is
me.
Okay,
so
but-
then I would destroy the time machine and then you couldn't do it because I already know what you would do. Because you just said
But where did the time machine come from in the first place?
somewhere in like
My
a lab.
daughter said,
Google.
like, what is
So either way, it's moot because I've never gone back in time. You may have actually destroyed a time machine that would be used by somebody who went back and stopped, deadly diseases or whatever. Just because you wanted to stop me from rolling up on some fools during the gold rush in the Impala. Way to go. So, because of you, Hitler may have won. Way to go, kid. Think about it.
Think about how alternate each year each thing would be after you went back with like a 9mm like.
But you stopped me from going back in time. Maybe if I went back in time with a 9mm and stopped certain people, there never would have been World War II. We'd be in a utopian society. Way to go, kid. You ruined it again.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure you rolling up in a car and shooting people is not going
But
to
see, they
save
would've-
the universe.
No, they would have seen me as like somebody of higher power, and I would have led them.
If you go back to the gold rush with a 9mm, they're gonna be so confused because modern 9mm look so much different from back in the past.
But see, they would have been so confused, they would have assumed that I was like somebody of a greater significance, and then I could have corrected them. I would have been like, hey guys, let's play nice.
Can I just say, this sounds like a alternate plot to the movie Idiocracy.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, if you've never seen Idiocracy, you really should see it, because wow, that movie was... That was prophetic. But now think about this though. There's also a theory that if you went back in time to stop me from going back in time, you would have created a splinter universe. So you actually never would have really stopped me. My mechanizations would create another universe. So then there's my universe, and then there's your universe, which would have never intermixed. So I'm still running free, rolling on, historical figures. What's up, Lincoln? What am I thinking?
I don't have a time machine, and I don't know where one would be, so none of this would happen.
It's on Google.
That was that.
But now think about this.
The DeLorean.
Think about this. The DeLorean. Think about this,
man,
though.
back into the
Potentially,
future.
I actually have already developed. Time travel's been developed in the future. I've come back. At some point, you may have actually interfered with my plans. So at this very moment, I realize if I put it in your head to stop me, I've thrown you out of the jail. I've already changed the past.
Now she's just thinking.
And then think about this.
Don't break.
What if CAT really spells dog?
You can see the
Exactly.
smoke coming out of
Mind blown. Anyway, good food, good friends. Think about it.
This is probably the longest episode too.
I know.
My
But,
brain's dead.
see that? Ooh, we should go from Will Sensei eat it to Will Sensei fry my brain, or science with Sensei Mark.
That is not science.
What is it? But actually, it's also theorized that there are moments in history that have to happen. In other words, you can't go back and kill Hitler, because if you killed Hitler, then there would never be World War II, therefore there'd never be United Nations, and things would be different.
Here's the thing though.
Yeah.
I'm also very lazy when I'm at home, so I'm not really gonna be doing any of this.
So in other words, no matter what, even if you had the chance to go back in time, you're too lazy to stop me? Okay.
Well,
It's nice to know.
But what would you do though?
All hail Lord Sensei Mark. I'm a cruel but fair dictator, okay? My robot overlords will, as long as you do what I say, everything's be cool.
Oh my gosh.
We should do it. So just remember, not only do we eat interesting foods, but we also theorize on quantum physics.
What?
Yeah.
Besides Schrodinger's
Oh, you
cat.
know what? To really mess with people, I'd go back in time, and instead of giving Neil deGrasse Tyson a science book, I'd give him like a comic book. And then he'd be like a writer for Marvel Comics or something. Make the best episode of, Spider-Man or whatever.
Okay.
I could do so much.
Did you eat it?
Would you eat it with science? If I could go back in time, I'd stop people from making instant jellyfish. and dried seaweed. Because I'd show up in ancient Japan with a Uzi, like, put that seaweed back. I wouldn't
type
shoot
of
people,
gun.
I'd just shoot the seaweed as it's drying.
Okay.
Sup, boo?
Oh my god.
Or what I'd do is, I'd get a Godzilla costume, go back in time, and make them think that a lizard really came out the ocean and, like, destroyed all the dried seaweed. Well, in the 1700s, they wouldn't know. They were like, oh, until somebody stabs me with a sword or something. That'd be kind of stupid. Maybe I shouldn't go back in time.
No.
All right.
You shouldn't. You really shouldn't.
I don't know. But then again, that would be interesting. Think about it. Ancient Japan wearing a Godzilla costume, walking around. Hey, what did I dress you? Oh, I could take over Japan dressed as Godzilla.
No.
Why not?
Cause no.
But see, if I took over Japan, there'd be no Pearl Harbor. Therefore, there'd be no reason for Hiroshima or Nagasaki. I saved the world. And then I go to the White House, dressed as Godzilla,
Oh my
and I mess with the president. I'm like, hey, Mr. President, cut it out. And then Hitler, I just buy one of his paintings. Oh my God! Don't they teach you anything in history? Yes,
No.
Hitler was an
My
artist.
history teacher wasn't that good last year.
Yes.
I also had like 3
This is the one.
and like 4 or 5 different
But we're like
magazines.
dealing with philosophy.
Just-
No, seriously, Hitler was an artist and he didn't sell his work, and that's kind of how he went into politics. Which makes me think, because you're a little artist, yes, Hitler was basically
He was
a failed artist.
artist.
Yeah, he was a failed artist, and he got into politics. So if Hitler sold a painting, he probably wouldn't have. There'd be no World War II. Which makes me think, because you're an artist too,
Uh-oh.
and you don't sell paintings because your mother
Yeah.
won't.
She sold paintings.
But not the.
Your son bought her painting.
Yeah, that seems nice. But see, if your mother listened to me, you'd make a lot more money. But we'll talk about that in another episode. But because your mother won't listen to me, in the future you're gonna become a dictator because you're gonna be like, I can't sell my paintings. And your brother Drew's gonna be your right hand. Drew's gonna influence you. I can see Drew doing it. Sandy, just destroy the city. Right here. Let me do it. Let me do it. Let me do it. You're laughing because you know I'm right. I love that kid. He is awesome. All right. So we have learned that instant jellyfish, not horrible. She don't like it. Clam chowder, don't put hot sauce in it. She likes it with hot sauce.
Put hot sauce in it. It's great.
Yeah,
You're
it's
just
good.
weird.
It's very good.
No, I'm not.
Yes.
It's good.
And,
It's good.
and then given the opportunity to get a hold of a time machine, I'm gonna mess things up. All right, and then in the future,
No, I'm not.
remember this
No, I'm not.
name, Alexandra. How do you say your last name? Yatal.
Yeah, it's all.
Yatal.
No, I'm not.
Just remember, Lord Alexandra Yatal, kneel before me. You better start selling more paintings.
You should buy them.
Because I know how you are. Remember, I let you be sensei for a day, and you had the bone like more push-ups, push-ups for everybody. You were a dark child. All right, everybody have a good one. See you next time, and Will Sensei eat it.